Today, we are going to install the DRT Motorsports exterior tire carrier for Polaris 2024 Plus Expedition ADV/5. Install time for this item is around 2 hours and can be installed by yourself and comes in at a difficulty level of intermediate. You will need the following tools for this project. So gather the tools and let's get started. Step 1. Remove the tailgate. Begin by opening the glass hatch, then lower the tailgate. Remove the tailgate cables, allowing you to fully remove the tailgate. Step 2. Remove the taillight and tailgate hardware. Start by using a T20 Torx bit to remove the 2 taillight bolts, then carefully pull the taillight outward and disconnect the wiring. Next, use a T40 Torx bit to remove the bolt securing the tailgate cable to the vehicle. Finally, use a 5mm hex bit to remove the tailgate latch pin. Step 3. Remove rear cage and bolt clip. With a 13mm socket, remove the rearmost cage bolt. With the bolt removed, you can use a small screwdriver or scribe to remove the clip. Now that the bolt and clip are removed, use a screwdriver to separate the cage from the vehicle. Leave a flathead screwdriver between the 2 components, as this will help with the next step. Now that one side is complete, repeat the same steps on the opposite side. Step 4. Drill and install rivet nuts. Begin by aligning the first plate. Once it is positioned correctly, use a scribe to mark the 4 holes that need to be drilled. You will need to repeat this step on the opposite side. Once all of the holes are marked, remove the plates from each side and set them aside. Then, drill all of the marked holes using a 1/2-inch drill bit. With all of the holes drilled out, you can begin to install the rivet nuts with a rivet nut tool. With the first rivet nut installed, repeat this step for the remaining holes. Step 5. Reinstall the taillights. Start by reconnecting the taillight harness to the light. Make sure the light is aligned and begin bolting it back in. Step 6. Install support braces. Using a 15mm and 17mm box end wrench, remove the factory bolt. Once the nut is removed, carefully use a hammer and drift pin to extract the bolt. Next, remove the 2 outer-facing T40 Torx bolts. On the driver's side, you will need to unplug the taillight harness. Using an automotive trim clip removal tool, release the clip securing the harness. Once the harness is free, disconnect it at the pigtail connector. To install the brace, feed the harness through the brace and position it into place. Using a screwdriver, gently lift the bed to help align the holes. Once aligned, tap the original bolt back through to secure the brace. Now, install the supplied hardware for the 2 rear-facing bolts. Using the provided M8 hardware, you can secure the side of the brace to the vehicle. The first bolt will require a nut and bolt, and the second bolts into a factory threaded hole in the vehicle. With the driver's side complete, you can now repeat this step on the passenger side. Step 7. Install hinge and latch braces. Install the provided hardware into the rivet nuts we drilled earlier. Once the bracket is secure, you can reinstall the rear cage bolt and clip. You can connect the 2 braces with the provided hardware and use 2 box end wrenches to fasten the hardware. With all of the hardware hand tight, you can now go back with an impact driver and fasten all the hardware, ensuring a secure fit. You can now reinstall the tailgate latch pin. With the driver's side complete, you can now repeat these steps on the passenger side. Step 8. Install support brackets. Using the provided hardware, attach the support brackets to the vehicle and support brace plates. All hardware should be hand tight while we ensure proper alignment. With everything aligned, you can use an impact driver with a 17mm socket and a 16mm box end wrench to tighten down the outer hardware. For the inner hardware, you will need to use a 15mm box end wrench with a 17mm socket. With both brackets installed, you can now reconnect the taillight harness. Step 9. Install tire carrier arm. Start by aligning the arm with the mount. Once the bolt holes are aligned, go ahead and insert the provided hardware. The top bolt will require the M14 hex head with the provided cam washer. You may need a rubber mallet to push the bolts through. Now go ahead and thread the nut onto each bolt. With all hardware installed and hand tightened, you may notice that the hinge pinholes do not align with the holes in the plate. Adjust the cam washer on the upper bolt as needed until proper alignment is achieved. Once the holes are aligned, install the supplied hinge pins. With the cam washer correctly positioned and the hinge pins in place, begin tightening the hardware using a 12mm hex bit and a 22mm box end wrench. After the hardware is snug, complete the final tightening while holding the hex bit stationary and tightening with the box end wrench. This will prevent the cam washer from rotating during final torque. The bottom hardware will require a 21 and 22mm box end wrench to fasten the hardware down. Once you have the spare tire installed, you may need to readjust the cam nut for proper alignment to the striker plate. Step 10. Reinstall the tailgate. First, start by attaching the tailgate to the hinge. With the tailgate attached, you can reinstall the tailgate cable hardware with the T240 Torx bit and impact wrench. Congratulations! You have just completed the installation of your DRT Motorsports exterior tire carrier for Polaris 2024 Plus Expedition. If you have any questions during the installation, feel free to contact us via phone or email. Our support team is here to help. To stay up to date on the latest DRT Motorsports products and events, be sure to subscribe and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Own the dirt with DRT.